Forged by Fire, Chapter 17. That Saturday, Angel went to Gerald's game and sat with Rob's sister, Kiara. They cheered, ate popcorn, and paid more attention to the other kids than to the game. Angel and Kiara, dressed in matching jeans and shirts, walked back and forth to the refreshment stand 10 or 15 times, giggling and hoping they were being noticed. It was the first time Gerald had seen her happy since Jordan's return, and he was glad. Gerald had made several key shots early in the game, and he felt like he could breathe again. Jordan and Monique arrived late, shortly after the first quarter. Jordan's hard, sharp-toed cowboy boots clomped loudly on the wooden gym floor. People who glanced at him saw a tall, angry black man dressed in black jeans, black t-shirt, and shiny black boots. Monique, overdressed as usual, wore a shiny gold top with tight black stretch pants and black heels. "He looks like a hitman," giggled Kiara to Angel. Angel glanced at Jordan and shuddered. She did not laugh. Even across the gym, it seemed she could smell his stifling cologne. From that moment on, Gerald had a terrible game. He was nervous and missed every shot he attempted. "What's the matter with you, Nickleby?" shouted the coach. "You eat rocks for dinner? Take a break. Smith, fill in for Gerald." Gerald hated the bench, and he hated Jordan. Jordan seemed to sneer at him from across the gym, feeling Gerald's hatred and laughing at it. Monique seemed uncomfortable. She kept looking at her watch and then at Jordan to see how he was reacting, not to the game, but to her. He glanced at her once and smiled. Monique blushed with pleasure and checked her watch again. She paid no attention to Angel and Kiara. She paid no attention to the game. When the team came back on the floor after halftime, Jordan and Monique had gone. On the way to Rob's house after the game, Gerald was silent. Angel and Kiara giggled in the back seat about boys and makeup and movie stars. He was glad she had a chance to act normal, but even Rob's good humor couldn't break him out of his deep feeling of trouble to come. Gerald knew it was only a matter of time. The night of Angel's dance recital was stormy and overcast, but her excitement made the evening seem almost sunny. So did the garlands of flowers with which the school auditorium had been decorated for the evening. Angel had invited Kiara to the recital, and the Washingtons, since they had to drop Kiara off anyway, decided to stay. Gerald was amazed, but they looked comfortable and relaxed as they chatted with Monique while they waited for the show to begin. Monique was the one who looked agitated and overdressed. No other mother came to the recital dressed in red sequins. She kept looking back at the door, checking for Jordan, who had promised to come. Angel was smiling but nervous. Her yellow costume and gold crown looked beautiful. Gerald smiled as he chatted with her by the backstage curtains. "You look like a princess, Angel. You'll do fine. Relax." "Do you think he'll come?" she whispered. "I hope not," Gerald replied grimly. "Is Kiara here and Rob?" Angel really liked Rob. He could always make her laugh. "Yeah, she's here, sitting with her mom and Monique. Rob and Andy went out with their girlfriends tonight." "Why don't you have a girlfriend?" teased Angel. "Me? Trouble is, I like 'em all. I haven't figured out which one is going to be the lucky one yet." Angel giggled and pretended to punch him. Her teacher called from backstage, and Angel blew Gerald a quick kiss. He reached out, pretended to catch the invisible kiss, and smacked the side of his cheek and grinned. She smiled at him and disappeared behind the curtain. The crowd hushed, the lights lowered, and the music began. Dancers filled the stage, delicately moving with the music, filling the room with magic. "I wonder where Jordan is," muttered Monique, who spent more time watching the door than the stage. Gerald ignored her. "Where's Angel, Gerald?" whispered Kiara, who was sitting on his other side. "Shh, here she comes." The stage was dark for a moment and silent. Then suddenly, with a burst of golden light and an orchestral overture from the CD player behind the curtain, Angel stepped onto the stage. The story she danced was about a lost child, a child who feared the darkness, but found the light with the help of the wind and the stars. It was as if the dance had been created just for her. As she danced, Gerald could feel her pain. He could see her fear and misery. The music was her voice, and the dance was her only means of escape. When the music finally stopped, the audience reacted with stunned silence. The dance had been so beautiful and expressive. Gradually, the applause grew from very small to a thunderous standing ovation for the little girl who took her bows with tears in her eyes. Gerald was so proud of her, He was about to explode. He clapped so hard that his hands hurt. He cheered, he whistled, he stomped his feet. "Wow, Gerald," shouted Mr. Washington over the deafening applause. "I didn't know she was such a beautifully talented girl. We're so glad we came." Kiara, who hadn't really been into ballet, cheered as well, admiring her new friend's talents. Angel was going to spend the night with Kiara after the show. Her parents had promised they could go get ice cream, rent a video, and sleep as late as they wanted the next morning. Monique clapped also, but she seemed nervous and kept looking over her shoulder toward the back of the auditorium. Jordan had not arrived. "He'll be sorry he missed this," she whispered to Gerald. "I'm glad he did. It would dirty a beautiful moment for Angel." "Don't be so mean. Hasn't he been a perfect gentleman since he's been out? Hasn't he tried to show you that he's sorry and he's changed? You got to learn to forgive and forget." Gerald sighed. Monique would never see, because she didn't want to see. Yes, Jordan had been acting perfectly, but Gerald was sure that it was just that, an act. He did not trust Jordan Sparks.